Don't let your fears hold you hostage. Don't let your fears hold you hostage. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna, Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I do share with you my perspective on different topics. I hope you like, share, subscribe. All 5 channel names are pinned to the top of the comment section or description box below, and all 5 channels have new, fresh, and different content from each other. You know, I got to thinking about not letting your fears hold you hostage. You know, so many people, they build their lives around their fears. Their decisions are based solely around their fears. Whether their fears came from trauma from the past that they have not dealt with effectively, whether it's fears of the what-ifs in the future. Fears can come for a lot of reasons. I talk a lot about healthy fear. Healthy fear is like a bear charging at us through the woods, and so we're fearful of that bear, so we get out of its way. That's fear used healthy. Unfortunately, most fear is not healthy fear. Most fear is unhealthy fear. That's the kind of fear that holds us back from our best life. It's the kind of fear that keeps us from developing healthy relationships. It's the kind of fear that keeps us from living our dreams. It's the kind of fear that holds us back from the things that truly are right for our lives. Those are unhealthy fears. You know, I've had fears in my life. I grew up in a very kind of fearful type of environment. Not everybody around me was fearful, but a lot of people had a lot of fears. And a lot of times I think what I have learned is that a lot of people have fears that they're not even aware of, that are running their life and maybe even ruining their life, keeping them back from relationships. Maybe they got rejected and were really hurt in a relationship, and now they're fearful of getting rejected again, so they have nothing to do with new relationships. That's holding them back from their best life. They're letting a trauma from the past hold them back rather than push them forwards in a new way. And it could be that they got fired from a job or never got the job that they went out to try to seek. And so they're just not trying for any of the good jobs. They're trying for the bottom of the barrel jobs because, well, they're fearful. They're fearful of getting rejected again. Perhaps they're fearful of finances, and so they're afraid to buy something that they're capable of buying, that they've got enough money for. You know, I've seen people in the past that were just hoarders, I guess, but not just with things, but with money, because they feared that there was not going to be enough. Maybe not enough food, maybe not enough, material items, maybe not enough money. And so often people will build their lives around those fears. Often people have a lot more fears than that they even realize that they have, and that are running their life, that are making their choices, that are making their decisions. And so I acknowledge those fears in my life that I've had, and I turn them around and use them in a positive way. I let those fears push me forwards. I used to call myself a fear fighter, that I would confront my fears. So if I had an unhealthy, unrealistic fear of, say, being rejected because of public speaking or getting up in front of people and talking, what if I, made a mistake? So in turn, I used that fear and got up in front of the audience, even if I made a mistake. And so I let it push me forwards rather than hold me back. And so it depends upon what we're talking about. Some fears don't need to be faced. There's no reason for it. There's no positive outcome on the other side. But some fears are holding us back from the positive, from the treasures, so to speak, on the other side. And those kind of fears, if they're unhealthy, that are holding us back, I believe in acknowledging them. I believe in being realistic. I believe in being proactive. I believe in making sure that, things are safe and right for my life. I just don't carelessly go in and do things. I'm very careful. I believe in being very mindful, very careful, very deliberate. And yet, I also do not believe in living a life of unhealthy fears. And so I have moved past that part of life of unhealthy fears. And anytime I see one trying to creep up on me, I kind of face it. I kind of say, hey, wait a minute, that's an unhealthy fear. I'm going to either go through it if I need to, or I'm just going to ignore it if I need to, if it's an unhealthy one. Now, like I said, if a bear's charging at you through the woods, that's a healthy fear. We need to get out of its way. So we have to be mindful what's healthy and what's not. Okay? From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.